Bittorrent cost began in 2024 at 0.118 Jibber. Today, Bittorrent exchanged at 0.000 papaya 76 Jabber, so the cost diminished by 36% from the very start of the year. The anticipated Bittorrent cost toward the finish of 2024 is $115 and the year-to-year change 2%. The ascent from today to year-end, Jibber 52%. In the Jibber half of 2025, the Bittorrent cost will move to $0.00124. In the final part, the cost would add $0.001 and close the year at $0.00125, which is plus 65% to the ongoing cost. Jibber value disappointment 2024 to 2025. Bittorrent cost began in 2024 at 0.00118 Jibber. Today, Bittorrent exchanged at 0.000 Jabbers as an $85, so the cost diminished by 28% from the very outset of the year. The estimated Bittorrent cost toward the finish of 2024 is at 0.000 Jibbers as an $87 and the year-to-year change 26%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 2 Jibber. In the principal half of 2025, the Bittorrent cost will move to $0.00093. In the final part, the cost would add 0.0 Jibbers and $28 and close the year at $0.00121, which is plus 42% to the ongoing cost. Bittorrent Jibber 2026 to 20 disappointment. These 5 years would bring an increment. Bittorrent cost would move from 0.000 Jibber $121 to 0.000 $148, which is up 22%. Bittorrent will begin 2026 at 0.0 Jibbers and $121, then take off to 0.000 $148 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at 0.000 $175. That implies Jibber 105 disappointment from today. Bittorrent forecast 20 Jibber 1 to 2035. In this period, the Jabber cost would ascend from $0.00148 to $0.002, which is plus 35%. Bittorrent will begin 2031 at 0.000 Jibber $148. Then, at that point, take off to 0.000 $158 inside the main portion of the year, and finish 2031 at 0.000 $158. It is about Jibber 85 disappointment from today. Jibber first 2024. Jibber value forecast 2024 to 2025. Bittorrent cost began in 2024 at 0.0 Jibbers and $118. Today, Bittorrent exchanged at 0.0 Jabbers and $88, so the cost diminished by 25% from the very start of the year. The anticipated Bittorrent cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.095 and the year-to-year change 19 Jibber. The ascent from today to year-end, Jibber 8%. In the principal half of 2025, the Bittorrent cost will move to $0.00101. In the final part, the cost would add $0.003 and close the year at $0.00131, which is plus 49 Jabber to the ongoing cost. Bittorrent Jibber 2026 to 2030. These 5 years would bring an increment. Bittorrent cost would move from $0.00131 to $0.00159, which is up 21%. Bittorrent will begin 2026 at $0.00131. Then, at that point, take off to Jabber $0.016 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.00189. That implies plus 115 Jibber from today. Bittorrent Jibber 2031 to 2035. In this period, the Bittorrent cost would ascend from $0.00159 to $0.000 Jabber $215, which is plus 35%. Bittorrent will begin 2031 at $0.00159, then take off to $0.00169 inside the Jabber portion of the year, and finish 2031 at $0.00169. It is about plus Jibber 3% from today. Jibber 15 2024. Jibber value freedom 2024 to 2025. Bittorrent cost began in 2024 at $0.000 Jibber 118 disappointment. Today, Bittorrent Jabber at $0.00099, so the cost diminished by 16% from the start of the year. The estimated Bittorrent cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.000 applesauce Jibber $115 and the year-to-year change 2%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 16 gibber. In 2024, we hope to see some point jabbers as $114 per 1 Bittorrent. In the main portion of 2025, the Bittorrent cost will move to $0.123. In the final part, the cost would add $0.0 gibbers to $8 and close the year at $0.151, which is plus 53% to the ongoing cost. Bittorrent forecast 2026 to 20 gibber. These 5 years would bring an increment. Bittorrent cost would move from $0.0 disappointment 151 gibber to $0.018, which is up 19%. Bittorrent will begin 2026 at $0.015, then take off to $0.017 inside the initial a half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.146. That implies plus gibber 8% from today. Bittorrent expectation 2031 to 20 gibber 5. In this period, the Bittorrent cost would ascend from $0.018 to $0.026 applesauce, which is gibber 44%. Bittorrent will begin 2031 at $0.018. Then, at that point, take off to $0.019 inside the primary portion of the year and finish 2031 at $0.002. It is about gibber 104 freedom from today. Gibber 1st 2024. Gibber value forecast 2024 to 2025. Bittorrent cost began in 2024 at $0.018 gibber. Today, Bittorrent exchanged at $0.116, so the cost diminished by 2% from the very start of the year. The anticipated Bittorrent cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.0 papaya gibbers or $12, and the year-to-year change plus 2%. The gibber from today to year-end, plus 4%. In 2024, we hope to see jabber $0.119 per 1 Bittorrent. In the principal half of 2025, the Bittorrent cost will move to $0.00128 jabber in the last part. The cost would add $0.029 and close the year at $0.157, which is plus 36% to the ongoing cost. Bittorrent gibber 2026 to 2030. These 5 years would bring an increment. Gibber cost would move from $0.00157 to $0.00189, which is up 20%. Bittorrent will begin 2026 at $0.00157. Then, at that point, take off to $0.00178 inside the initial a half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.00152. That implies plus gibber 1% from today.